Sometimes art is prophetic, and sometimes I don't know how to offset it. The words too authentic to constantly do what I do and augment it. Y'all talk a big game, can't tell if y'all meant it. As seconds turns to minutes, the ticking will tell all. Will you hold firm or steadily fall? Will you conform with the ways of the world, or will you give the world everything that you are? Make them fuckers move around you, kinda like sound do. Break out of everything that they had you bound to. You got knocked down, ho, get ready for round two. It's round two. Get ready for round two. Come back, run rap, run laps around these cats, jump back, kiss myself, still keeping me intact. Weird and black, they for that, hold up, steer it back. Weird and black, they revere that. Yup, you hear that?
Turnstile, switch it up. Young nigga raised hard, he learned not to give a fuck. Young nigga came far, still never give enough. Coming with the flavor, delicious, so she lick it up. Bust down, stick it up, I put it down, so pick it up. Scud town, saviors, done some till he shift to musk. Stench so stank that the shit compare soft to us. Crud so dank, make your face smell to dripping, cuz club go shake when the bass gets to hitting ya. They ain't really hearing us, but they gon' feel something when the way is paved clear enough. I don't fear nothing but the fate, is God really not? Well, fuck it, got the world in my hands, and that's real enough. Fuck it, got the world in my hands, gold forms to touch. Might just spend it all one time to give it all to us. Yeah, give it all to us.
Yeah. This that hip-hop body, rock, hardcore, karate, chop, neo-Nazi, nasty, not feel it in my chest. How could you wear that name? Must be automatic shame, he's an automatic lame, heard it from the best. Fresh flow, let's go, plus I got a lot of heart. It's necessary when you dabble in this art. Grab canvas, paint picture, use them acrylics, paint a picture so vivid, the people gotta feel it like the Kaaba. Lyrics bear fruit like guava, words spilling out of my brain like lava. Spills out the top of a volcano, and they know that A-Right is not the one to play no. I'm Kano in Mortal Kombat, cause the lyrics like blades. Aim it at your juggler when I'm on stage. Until you heard me spit, homie, you ain't heard rage. On another chapter, so turn a turn. Okay, got that out my system. A-Right on another planet, dog, you must have missed them. When I do it how I do it's of my own volition. Go make my destination even in the worst condition. My crew's the Blues Brothers, cause you know we on a mission. Eternity of roses I make bumping in your system. I mean banging in it, I'm still hanging in it. I got a gang of wisdom, I got a gang of rhythms, I got a lot of soul. I found the pot of gold, I'm wrapping that shit up, gon' sell it to the globe. I got some game to give them, they don't really want, but they really need it. And I want you to succeed, I want you to be free. I want you to remove every obstacle from being what you truly wanna be. I truly wanna see, and I can only lead by example. So here's a sample for me, so get up.
the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game. You're tripping. How you greatest Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man. Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches. What is going on, folks? Welcome back after further review. This is episode 159. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
You're the wonderful co-host, Malin Dennis.
And I'm your other great co-host, Nestor.
And our special first half guest this week is, of course, no other than June Buckspade. June, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me again.
Yes, keeps on coming back, folks. Keeps on delivering hot takes. He's serving them up fresh every single week just for you guys at home.
There you go.
Gentlemen, how's your week been? NBA's back.
Yeah, you know, I'd be better if Celtics were winning right now. I've been having to put in some overtime at work at the law offices of Mainland and Dennis, putting out some cease and desist orders. Being mean to some people.
Yes.
You know what?
There's some
take a drink.
folks.
Pour me a
Yes.
shot of black.
There's some folks racking up a hefty bill with your office there.
Yeah, you want to making me talk about some shit. Yeah, but anyways, with my Seahawks winning, and with my Huskies still number 5, we don't want to blame tonight, people.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Very good.
Cheers, everybody. Nestor.
I was hoping you guys wouldn't know. I'm just doing water tonight. Yeah.
Well,
One of those
Nestor has
weeks,
to
huh?
behave himself because he just got out of the witness protection program. But if you look, he's not in that little room he used to be in, so they let him out. So he's on good behavior though.
Got a nice pad there.
I think it was the move yesterday that I got sick, I think, or something. I don't know. Whole face is hot. Or maybe it's just the fucking Dolphins losing over the weekend, but who knows?
It's been warm in Sarasota.
Sarasota weather.
Some rain, some light rain.
Weather.
I would just like to point out that maybe when you're making your videos for after further review, maybe you don't want to show the outside of Sarasota.
Oh, that's gone. That's in the past.
Throwing that out
Well.
there.
That's for another day. Folks, if you're not aware, you can catch us live every 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday nights. So if you're watching us on TikTok and just think that we just make these random videos and that's all that we do, no. Oh, folks, we have a live show Wednesday nights on YouTube. Be sure to click the first link down in your Spotify description or Apple description, and it'll take you to the YouTube version. Click subscribe, give the stream a like, and just set your calendar or alarm for the next Wednesday so that you can catch us live. Besides that, looks like Porzingis is throwing some elbows, and
Oh, that's so fake.
let's get into
That was so goddamn fake.
yeah. Look, NBA it's back. It's back, folks.
Goddamn Flop City.
Let's get into the recap.
City either. Nick some New York bitches.
Week 7 came to a close just the other day, and we're gonna start off with. There was a couple surprise wins this past week in the NFL. One of them was kind of the Commanders beating the Giants. 14-7 was the final score. Of course, still no Daniel Jones in New York. But the Commanders could not get the job done, and Tyrod got, he got to the finish line. So with that being said, June, we'll start with you. What is the Commanders' biggest problem right now? What's going on? You know, you're in the DC area, so you've got a better idea of probably the pulse.
Yeah, so I was listening to DC radio and, a couple of former players who have shows up here. I try to listen to them because, I'm NFC East with the Cowboys, so I try to listen. But it's comes down to Ron Rivera. It, you know, the team it, the team doesn't want Ron Rivera anymore. If you saw Jonathan Allen, did you see the Jonathan Allen interview where he said about the 7 years? Who he's talking about Ron Rivera.
Great.
They that team and they've had a couple of talented players over the years and some teams that you thought were going to be good.
Yep.
And Ron Rivera just screwed them up because he doesn't know how to, number one, pick a quarterback, and number two, he tries to control the offense when he's a defensive guy. There have been many times, if you listen to the writers up here and you listen to the sportcasters up here, they always talk about, some of the beat writers say, Ron Rivera will overrule the offensive coach in the middle of a game. And next thing you know, you got a quarterback throwing 3 interceptions because guess what? He'll tell the offensive coach, I want you to throw over the middle of the field. It's open, it's open, it's open. And when the offensive guy like, no, it's not. And that's the biggest problem with this team. He's a lame duck coach. Josh Harris does not keep when Josh Harris takes over a team, he wipes the team. Now, who do they go get, or do they stay in house? That's going to be the question for this team. But their problems start and end with Ron Rivera.
I'll just ditto real quick. I thought coaching, there's clearly a disconnect between Rivera specifically, because people have come and gone within that coaching staff, but he's been a constant. Just good to hear that the details that you did give, that I didn't know that he will overrule what's going on the offensive side of the ball. That's awful. Anyway, Nestor, please go ahead.
I did not know about their struggles of coaching and Ron Rivera. So what I took a look at was the amount of times that Sam Howell was getting sacked. Every time I put on that Commanders game, this man is getting sacked, and like 3 or 4 times. It's pretty sad. Especially because he seems to like launch these deep balls to Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson seems to run the ball well. So it's sad that his O-line doesn't protect him as he should be protected. But whatever. I think they lack consistency, and yeah, I think he's sacked. I looked it up. It was like, because I had to know, it was 40 times in 7 games. That's ridiculous.
Well, at least he. I'm surprised he hasn't faked the concussion yet, like another quarterback just did.
Go ahead, Malin.
Okay, we better have some fun, people. Okay, Ron Rivera. I said it before. He's the white version of Sean Payton without actually winning a Super Bowl. He is the Native American version, of the black Hugh Jackson that took advantage of the Raiders when Al Davis died, trying to throw all that. He ended up getting fired. Okay, so Ron Rivera, why is he still a head coach in the NFL? For a franchise that's not allowed to be called the Redskins anymore, yet he's Native American. Why? The same reason why James Conner's back. He beat cancer. It's the only thing he's ever fucking beaten in his life. Cancer. He's a Native American cancer survivor. That's why he's still coaching. What has he done in the NFL that's that great? You went to a Super Bowl and lost? There's what, 52 other coaches that have gone to a Super Bowl and lost. That don't make you special. Like, why were you in on all the meetings with Dan Snyder and the best you can come up with, is the Washington Commanders for a goddamn name and logo. Okay, I blame Ron Rivera for the goddamn black jerseys. It's just terrible. Um, like Ron Rivera is so bad as a coach. He's a Native American, yet the Native American Alliance is protesting and filing a lawsuit for them to go back to being the Redskins. That's how fucking bad he is. It just being a person, much less a coach. Sam Howell. Um, in the NFL today, I don't give a shit how much you get sacked. You cannot throw You cannot throw the ball to the other team 7 times and only have 9 touchdowns.
Wow.
That can't be like that. That can't happen. And I had a first, front row seat to just how bad Sam Howell is, because I had to start him in our godforsaken fucking league. This people fantasy league.
I was wondering who had him.
Quarterbacks. They got like 4 quarterbacks on the goddamn rosters. I hope they get cancer and they don't beat it.
Like, why do I have Dobbs?
So I have to end up starting somewhere like Sam Howell because my quarterback's on a fucking bye. And Sam Howell had like negative points going into midway through the second quarter. And I was like, this franchise should be the franchise that we move to London if they want to like kick them out of the fucking U.S. Like, I don't know, relegation. Maybe we kick them down to, I don't know, college or something. But this defunct ass stupid team, Ron Rivera, like, I wish you kind of didn't beat cancer, to be honest with you. You're just
Lord
a terrible
have
coach.
mercy.
You're not good. You're hanging on by the coattails of Cam Newton. Cam Newton doesn't even know if he's a man or a woman. He dresses like a woman, but talks like a man. But I mean, the man wears blouses. I don't get it. The whole goddamn thing is crazy. And McLaren, the man only has like 30-some catches this year. Like, what he's supposed to be like DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, McLaren. Like, they're supposed to be the best right now. That wide receiver class, all 3 of them, are getting overshadowed by people like Nakua, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. Ridiculous. But I would like to put a shout out though. Tyrod Taylor. That man plays good football. In fact,
Yes.
so much so that I think that Vanilla Vic probably needs to get benched. I think you just need to let Tyrod. Nah, man, Tyrod Taylor has gotten the goddamn shaft his entire NFL career. Like, he's getting benched for all these franchise quarterbacks. Let this man get some shine. Like, wasn't he the backup? Like, wasn't he the quarterback before Allen?
Yeah.
I think he
Yep.
was the quarterback in Cleveland before Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this man just getting passed around like a goddamn hot potato here. Like, let this man see what he can do. Like, Smith is done. Smith has resurrected a career. So I don't know. So give a little bit of shout out, but no. Ron Rivera is only a coach for 2 reasons. He's Native American and he beat cancer. That's it. You can't tell me otherwise. He hasn't done anything else. I think he's only gone to the playoffs 3 times in his entire fucking career. Maybe 4.
Yeah. With that being said, we'll just keep it moving right along. By the way, Kristaps Porzingis.
There on that island. You ain't even gonna agree with me. Let me sit here.
Kristaps Porzingis is he's putting the team on his back, taking us to a dub here. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Next game, we have the Ravens. They beat the Lions 38-26, 38-6. They wish it was 26. I don't think probably anybody saw this one coming because the Ravens just put on an absolute clinic, and this is the best they've looked all year by far. So, Nestor, I will ask you: are the Ravens the best team in the AFC right now?
No, I think even the Bills are better. Chiefs are better, and the Dolphins are better. What you saw here is some reality check for the Lions. And this was eventually going to happen. I did pick them to... I picked the Lions to lose this game. I felt like it's not just Montgomery. It's because that is their like little workhorse. Running the ball down the middle. I guess it just gives Goff a little bit more of a, or the offense more dimensions to to go forward and score. But um, you gotta give the Ravens credit because look, none of these guys, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, they're not standout names. Um, I gotta give it to Zay Flowers, but I guess I mean this is Lamar Jackson. This isn't you know something that's surprising. This is what Lamar Jackson is supposed to do. He's this the type of guy. So for them to go out like I'm surprised by the score line, but I'm not surprised they beat the Lions at all. Um, so not the best, but you can definitely now put them like fourth now or fifth, and they could go up higher if they keep this up, if they have some consistency with this type of play. So yeah.
Go ahead, Malin.
Nestor, we need to lock you back up. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so when you talk about the best team in the AFC, they're the best team in the AFC this week. But there seems to be like a rolling dial of who's going to be the best team in the AFC because it's so loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Like because Nestor did say, okay, so there are now. I can't believe he said the Bills. First of all,
Yeah,
let's not
Come
Bills,
on.
right? The Bills are lucky if they're even in playoff contention right now. Josh Allen doesn't know if he's like an accountant or NFL quarterback right now. Like that man is just making so many goddamn mistakes. He's going to get you in trouble with the IRS. Goddamn it. But like you do have the Chiefs, right? You got damn near all three of the teams in the AFC North are 4-2, except for the Bengals that are 3-3. Like, isn't that fucking insane? The Dolphins, even though they got waxed like a surfboard last week, I still think they're one of the top teams in the NFL. But yeah, the Ravens are the best team this week. Well, we'll see what happens next week.
Right.
But what the Ravens did is they did what they had not done before Lamar Jackson got hurt last year. Now, if you guys remember, the Ravens were what 6-2 after 8 or 9 weeks last year before Lamar Jackson got hurt. With Flowers in this offense, okay, and even Aguilar has not been terrible. Like he hasn't been consistent. Has not been consistent, but he's been clutch on third down. They're running their offense at such an incredible rate. I mean, right now Lamar Jackson's completing 71% of his passes. He got 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's also the leading rusher on the team with 356 yards. Does that make me nervous on him getting hurt later on in the year? Yes, that's why they're the best team right now. But they've had some bad losses too. But Edwards isn't running the ball bad. He's got a 4-yard, carry. What I think could really make this team pop is if somehow, like Odell Beckham with no knee can start giving us a little bit of that production that he was able to give the Rams when he came back.
Right.
But I think that the AFC is so loaded that you're going to have. I mean, even the NFC is going through it right now. I mean, the 49ers have dropped 2 straight. Purdy is in the concussion protocol. You got, the damn Eagles lost to the Jets. Like, this NFL season is just kind of crazy. If you got 2 or less losses, you have an argument to make that you're one of the best teams in your conference. But we'll see what happens this Sunday. They might have this great game and then wet the bed next week, and then we'll be talking about another team.
All right, go ahead, June.
Well, I just, they're not the best team in the AFC. They're not. But I want to say this. I want to give them their flowers because this is the team who we thought the Ravens would be. Okay, the defense played tough. I mean, the Lions came in hobbled. They came in 5-1, but they came in hobbled, and the Ravens took advantage of it. They didn't let this game get close. You got to the Lions came in without their starting running back, without their starting guard, without two of their corners. And then I think that number 11 for them, the wide receiver, he got hurt in the game. And they knocked Laporta out the game. The Ravens said, we smell blood and we're going for it. And I think that's what Harbaugh wanted to see all season long. And I'm telling you now, if the Ravens build off of this win, and they can hold the Bengals and the Steelers and the Browns at bay, and they end up 12-5, 11-6, right around there, they're going to the AFC Championship game.
Okay.
I have no doubt about that. But they have to bottle what they did this week up and continue to have that. And they got to protect Lamar Jackson. Yes, some of the wide receivers need to step up. We need to see Odell be big. We need by week 10, Odell needs to have this offense down, and he needs to be getting down the field and he needs to be getting 8 to 10 targets a game, because he's explosive and he can make that big play, and then that opens up the field for Lamar. So now you got to worry about these receivers. Now Lamar can say, I can run this time. Oh, let's call a run. They can do that. Running back's playing good. Mark Andrews is playing good as the tight end.
Second leading receiver.
That's right. And so this is a team that's very scary.
Okay.
It can run the table. So
I gotta ask you a question though, June, before Jalen goes. Okay, so you're saying that they're not the best team.
they're not the best team.
So, well, if you don't think they are the best team, that means that you have an idea or an opinion on who the best team is.
Oh, that's easy.
Who is it?
It's Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City. Okay.
That's the best. Kansas City's the best team. The Ravens are the second best team. They just haven't been playing like it. And this Sunday, they said, we are the second best team. And they was playing with a chip on their shoulder because a lot of people had the Lions going to Baltimore and beating them.
Right.
I mean, how many sportscasters did you see all week long hyping up the Lions? The Lions are this, the Lions are that, the Lions. They're the best team in the NFC. Come on, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Well, now it's the Ravens.
I said it. I said the Lions were the best after the loss with San Francisco and Philly. Maybe I had to be losing. But okay, it's okay. So
they still got Jared, sir. So they still got Jared Goff as a quarterback.
Hey.
They still have Jared Goff. Come on.
Okay. Come on, man. Jared Goff is playing a lot better than anyone ever thought he would going to Detroit. He's definitely proven he's not just a McVay system guy.
Is he playing better than Justin Herbert?
He's playing. He's playing better than Matt Stafford right now. Shut up, man. I see what you're trying to do, Nestor.
Trying to tack on that bill.
I see that. I'll lock your ass back up in that fucking closet. So you think that the Ravens are better than the Dolphins?
Okay, the Dolphins still have something to prove. Just like my Cowboys, they got to prove that they can go out there and beat a big time team.
Right.
They got to beat a big time team. And so the Ravens just did it. They went out there. They beat a 5-1 team.
Okay.
They beat a 5-1 team. Let's.
Okay, but June,
I'm just
June,
saying.
You can't shit on Jared Goff and to be like, well, they beat a top team in Detroit.
By their schedule, they beat a top team. By the record of the Lions, they beat a top team. That's what we're going off of, what their record is right now. And not only did they beat them, they stomped a mud hole in them. It's like the Cowboys got. Cowboys got a wake-up call. Oh, You beating people 30-10, 40-0. Oh, well, wait a second. San Francisco said, "Well, we got the answer to you, right?" And they did it.
Yeah, well,
But
the
but
Niners ain't got no answers now, do they?
no,
Yeah, Nestor,
yeah.
I want to remind you the next time you want to try to start some shit. Nestor, I want you to remember that he thinks that your Miami Dolphins, the third best team, maybe even the fourth best team. I don't know because Jacksonville's 5-2 too. Shit, you tied with the Jaguars. Goddamn.
No.
They're
The
top heavy.
Prince-
The AFC is top heavy. The
Very.
AFC is
With
top
the
heavy.
Jaguars.
I think that the Ravens are currently the best team in the AFC.
Okay.
They are. I was calling it before the season started that they are going to be. I don't remember if I said they're going to come with the AFC or not, but pretty sure I said they're going to be an AFC Championship game, at the very least.
You did.
Yeah, I think that they are just going to if they can bottle this up like June was saying, like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Lamar Jackson's record against the NFC is like 16-1, I think. They just don't play him a lot, and he's one of those dudes where it's like if you're playing for the first time, you're in for a long afternoon because you really got to understand how he operates. On the offensive side of the ball, they were just clicking on all cylinders. We were giving them grief a couple weeks ago because the receivers were dropping passes left and right. But this week, everybody was on point. Gus Edwards had a hell of a game. Zay Flowers has been very good all year. Again, OBJ is going to need to get integrated before December-ish or right around December-ish, like just in time for the playoffs. He's got to be there. But and any quarterback that can make Nelson Aguilar look like a good wide receiver is on track to win MVP.
A competent.
Let's not get overboard and use the word good.
Like whoa.
Right. Maybe okay. He's a
We're
solid
not talking
wide
about the
receiver.
Norma Spaghetti right now. We're talking about competency.
A serviceable wide receiver
Service.
in the NFL.
That's a good word.
Props to him. Because Lord, if it was up to me, he'd be on a long time ago. But I think the Ravens are the
You
best
said that
team. in the NFL.
he's 16-1 against the NFC. Wouldn't it be crazy if he was actually good enough to get to a Super Bowl? What he could do in a Super Bowl against the NFC? Wouldn't that be
Right.
wild? That'd be crazy. And the only two losses they have are against the 3-4 Colts, which Richardson's out. Minshew's been. I don't know. Minshew's been doing Minshew things. I
Yeah.
think that Minshew would wear jorts on the field if they let him. He'd just be some cutoff jeans. But the fact that the Steelers are 4-2 and they lost to the
God.
Steelers, that's one of those vortex. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Interstellar, but somewhere Matthew McConaughey is crying in a black hole over the fact that the Steelers are 4-2 right now.
Makes no sense.
That don't make no goddamn sense.
None. Well, AFC North is always just an absolute circus, so it's not
It is.
failing the expectations. Last but not least on the recap, speaking of the Dolphins, they fell 31-17 on Sunday night to the Eagles. Malin, what was your biggest takeaway from this game?
The Dolphins can be mammals, and that's great, but nobody can stop the tush push right now. Ain't nobody, or what they call the brotherly shove, affectionately. There was one point in the game where they went for it on like 3rd and 2 or something, and they got a yard, and he was gonna kick. And then he was like, wait a minute. I'm sorry, because the crowd started to boo, and he was like, I'm sorry, I forgot that we have something with like a 99% effective rate. Let's go ahead and push Hurts' ass across the goddamn field again. The Eagles didn't look great. The Dolphins didn't look great, but listen, Philly's a hostile environment. They throw shit at Santa. Okay. They have to put grease on polls when they win the goddamn Super Bowl, so people don't climb on it. I don't know if you guys realized it, but the Phillies lost in the 7th game to the Diamondbacks last night, and I saw an interview on a Philly news station with a 13-year-old kid getting interviewed, and they didn't catch it, and they were like, "What do you think about the game?" And he was like, "We fucking suck," and I was like, "God damn!" He was like, "Get rid of fucking Trey Turner. He's a bum." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh my God,
so
poor Trey.
If a 13-year-old
Oh my God.
is doing that with the Phillies with zero expectations, what's happening inside of the Phillies? They busting out the Kelly Green. They got the drip. They doing great. So like Dolphins kind of ran into a buzzsaw there. I will tell you guys this though, Jalen Hurts is not himself.
No.
He's got over 10 giveaways this year, and he was hobbling. There were times where he's not able to put the pressure on that back foot, and there was a time when they caught him on the camera when he was trying to walk normal, but he couldn't on the sideline, and he was limping. Like there was something going on with Jalen Hurts right now that gives me a little bit of cause to pause with the Eagles and how maybe they're going to be over the next 2 weeks. Like, I don't know if he heard it against the Dolphins. I don't know if it's something he's just been lingering in. I think the NFL needs to investigate a little bit because he's not showing up on the goddamn injury report.
Exactly.
Something hurt with him there. But, the Dolphins, they got out muscled. At both sides of the line. You can score 70 points against the Denver Broncos and little Miles Wilson and whatever the fuck it is that they do over there. But when you got Philadelphia Eagles, you got the best center in almost NFL history. You got a stacked D-line. The Eagles just won the line of scrimmage. Tua didn't have the time to execute the offense, and I kind of feel like that's something that is always a Miami Dolphin thing, even going back to Dan Marino. Finesse offense. You need, and it's not so much finesse, it's timing. You need the time to execute. And Philly didn't allow them that time to execute the offense the way that they're accustomed to being able to do it. So I think they just out-toughed them a little bit there. But I still think that Miami is one of the better teams in the NFL. And I would put them number 2 or 3 in the AFC. I'm just saying that, sir. Like, don't get mad. I see you with your arm around the couch. He's already texted somebody to put a head out on me. You could look at it by the look of his face. Sarasota ass.
I'll just get it real quick. I'm gonna ditto because they just got out muscled. Like, Miami is the Flash team, and Philly played a bit of bully ball with them, and that's just like the kryptonite for the Dolphins right now. Because, like you said, Malin, they need time. Like, the timing has to be right, and if you're not allowing Tua the amount of time to get off a deep ball, because Tyreek needs time to get down the field if they're going to try and hit the deep ball. If that's not there, then they're going to get kind of beat up a bit, and they don't seem to respond very well to that. Hurts did not look 100% for sure. There was a couple times where I thought he was going to sit down, but he stayed in there. And, the Eagles are still just finding ways to win games. So I got to give them a lot of credit for that. And they are seeming to find a bit of stability because it seemed like they were on kind of shaky ground for the first few weeks of the season. But it looks like they're kind of falling back into what they're going to be this year as a collective. There were some bad calls during this game, absolutely. There were quite a few. However, second half came around and the Eagles just kind of took off on them. Like, once A.J. Brown started getting the ball in his hands, he was looking just unstoppable. If they can keep that connection in Philly to Hurts to Brown a bit more than we saw last year, they'll be all right. They'll be just fine offensively. But their biggest concern, though, has got to be if Hurts is good to go. So, yeah.
How they lost to the Jets.
I know. So strange.
If
It's
that
strange.
does not prove like any given Sunday,
Right.
what are we doing?
uh, June, you can go ahead, and then we'll get to Nestor's team or Nestor's take.
You know, and this is my opinion about this game. The better team did not win that game. There's something wrong. You said it. Something is wrong with Philadelphia. The Dolphins had their opportunity. That's and the face mask should have been called. That should have been called. That was uncalled for. But the better team did not win this game. The Dolphins, if you go back and look at the totality of that game, the Dolphins outplayed them in most parts of that game. And I don't know for the life of me, that pass by Tyreek Hill, when he split the two defenders and went for the touchdown.
I don't know what happened there.
Why they didn't go for that play a couple of more times, even if they don't catch it, you open up the rest of the field. And they didn't go back to that play again. That's the offensive coordinator's fault. Philly played a good game, but I still don't believe that the best team won that game. And yes, there's something wrong with Jalen Hurts. And let me tell you, the next 2 weeks, they got the Commanders next. Commanders defense is not bad. They will get after the quarterback. So he's got to be careful on that ankle, because then he got to turn around and he's got to be chased all over the field by Micah Parsons. So if that ankle is not 100%, that ankle's not 100%, he's going to be in trouble. But as far as the Dolphins go, the Dolphins had their opportunities. If they played again next week, the Dolphins would beat them.
I see what June is doing there. June is like, my Cowboys about to feast.
Nestor.
Did Parsons do an interview though where he said that the Eagles were the best team in the NFL? He did. He did an interview and he was glowing about it. He didn't even put the Cowboys in the top 5.
No,
he said the Eagles were the best team in the NFL. Parsons, what the hell are you doing, man?
Go ahead, Nestor.
Come on, Nestor.
Well,
Bring us.
Before I talk about the biggest takeaway, I need to talk about a few factors that influence this game. I promise I'm not gonna go on a rant about the penalties, but I'm just gonna mention very briefly that the Eagles had 0, we had like 10. Part of that our fault. We are bad with penalties, but 10 versus 0, and the mask grab, I don't care about the play after that. What I care about is why are we not calling that? Now, I don't like, talking about rigged games. I don't believe in any of that. But I saw a really funny YouTube comment where they're like, it's scripted. Like, they want Mahomes, Swift, and Kelsey versus Hurts, Swift, and Kelsey. I think that was just like,
What the hell are you watching in Sarasota?
That's YouTube comments for you.
No, but we just got this last year. We don't need this again.
Exactly.
Apparently, that's what they're saying. That's what they want again. That would be horrible. But anyway, our defense, we had Cater Kohu and we had Eli Apple out there. We are getting torched against any team with a competent QB. We are getting torched every single time. And no, because Hurts is, we talked about this. Hurts isn't, himself, but we should have gotten torched there because, well, there was some other defenses that came through, but Cater Kohu, no, we even saw Jalen Ramsey coaching him, or I think another player on the sidelines. So can't wait to have him back because, again, pass defense, we're like, I'm tired of getting torched, whether it's the Bills or a different team. It's happening every time, and we're not Super Bowl material until we fix that glaring issue. Our O-line, Terran Armstead, huge dude. We need him in there. He's injured. We can't afford any little injuries to our O-line because it's not great to begin with. So we need that dude back. We talked about...
You guys only ran for 45 yards.
Yeah, that's
changed
not.
too, so
They stopped our run game in the
You guys
Yeah.
need
first half.
him back. You need A Chain back. Mozart only had 45 yards rushing.
mhm.
That was like the line of scrimmage, man. It was rough.
Yeah, we got screwed there. So yeah, we're not Super Bowl material until we. Hopefully, when our injured players like they come back, Jalen Ramsey, Armstead, and we get A Chain back, maybe we could try and go for something. But for now,
Okay,
not happening.
okay, but I still think you guys are Super Bowl material.
Yes.
Like, do the rest of you guys not think the Dolphins could end up in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they
Yeah.
would.
Because if you
Tua
look,
needs to stay healthy.
if you just want to seeding wise, look at the rest of your schedule. It's a breeze. You have the Chiefs November 5th. After that, you don't play anybody until Christmas. The Cowboys. That's it.
You,
That'd be
you
a good
guys,
game.
you guys are
That's
gonna
a loss.
have 12 or 13 wins this year. So
Just tell Micah to go easy on Tua. No, I don't want to. Relax.
we don't need.
Don't
we
hurt
don't
my
need
boy.
scissor
Don't hurt my
coming
boy.
back. We don't need scissor hands coming back.
Yeah.
We damn sure don't, because I just traded for him in my work fantasy league. So let's go Tua.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, if Tua just had Shaq's head, he wouldn't have any concussion problems.
That's what he needs.
We could do the tush push.
Well,
Oh,
I
Shaq's head with
mean,
a tush
I don't
push.
think you could do tush push with
Bash.
Shaq's head. That's moving a little bit too much mass. It's pushing a little bit too much tush there to get that moving, like a gravitational pull.
Let's get into the news.
Today's top stories and breaking
All right,
news.
Let's start off with we are not, folks at home. I know you wanted us to talk about NBA opening night and the fact that D'Angelo Russell played more minutes than LeBron James last night, but we're not talking about that. Okay, we are not going to mention the NBA at all when it comes to the news. Deshaun Watson,
And
though.
hey, listen, the Lakers resident fan here says that game one doesn't even happen. He already said it. Doesn't matter what happened. If they'd have won, it would have been a statement game. But because they lost, it's just game one.
It's
It
right.
doesn't
It's just
matter.
game one.
Certainly, they haven't won a game one in 7 years.
Jeez.
That's true. That is facts.
By the
But
way,
the Celtics won tonight, and
Sure
so
did.
that's game one of 74 that we're going to win this year.
Okay.
by the way, I was talking shit about the Pistons. We won by 1 point. God damn. Jesus Christ.
At least we lost to the world champs. We can do
Jimmy Butler didn't even straighten his hair for that game, man. What the fuck are y'all doing? Okay, sorry, I derailed this there, Jim.
We
Alright,
we
so
had
we
to
talked about-
briefly.
off the
about-
rails. Getting off the rails there.
Yes. Sean Watson, the Cleveland Brown, the answer in Cleveland, so they say. He started on Sunday, and he came out and could have came back into the game because he cleared concussion protocol, but they kept what's his name? I can't remember the name of the backup there.
PJ
but-
Walker.
Walker, right. Remained out there and ended up winning the game for the Browns. But Deshaun Watson was just on the sidelines, clapping his hands the whole time. What the hell is going on in Cleveland? Because apparently he's got some kind of shoulder injury now that they're making up terms about that I've never even known existed. But Jude, we'll start with you. What do you think is going on with Deshaun?
The man, I don't think he wants to play football anymore. I think he's done. That he was okay. He was 1 for 5 with 1 interception against the Colts without their starting quarterback. They have such a young team. They got a new. Everything about the Colts is new. Even their uniforms were new. Okay, and your defense. You watched your defense last week just play a hell of a game. And speaking of the defense, the Cleveland Browns defense is fraudulent, by the way. But anyway, so San Francisco can stop that lie about how great they are. Anyway, Deshaun Watson doesn't want to play. 1 for 5 with 1 interception. He quit. The man quit. He quit. He was like, I'm not having a good game, so I just quit. He quit. There's no reason for a NFL starting quarterback that's making that much money not to. You clear concussion protocol, so you get yourself back out on the field and help your team win a game. Well, PJ Walker is a guy who wants to play. He's hungry. He wants to get that money. He wants to eat where Deshaun Watson eating at. He want to get massages where
Hello.
And ain't get massages no more.
So, Watson, I think it's time for Cleveland to part ways with Deshaun Watson. If they can find a trade partner for him, well, you got to cut him. You just got to eat that money. You got to eat that money. You got to eat it.
It's a lot of money to eat. I mean, I'm hungry, but I'm not eating $230 million.
Well, the thing is, he is not. I mean, why would he quit in the middle of a game? Why would you keep a guy that quit in the middle of a game?
First of all, I'll tell you why. Okay, first of all, I will give you. This is what's wrong with Deshaun Watson. There's 230 million reasons why there's an issue with Deshaun Watson. Okay, you give him guaranteed money, and that man can't go see a masseuse anymore. That spells trouble. Okay. Now you can go and talk to me about, well, they give out guaranteed contracts in the NBA, Major League Baseball, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. But are those two sports anywhere near the contact sport that the NFL is?
No.
No, they're not. Do you really think that Deshaun Watson wants to play in Cleveland?
No.
No. That was not even on the list of teams that he wanted to go to. But they gave him the guaranteed money of $230 million. Okay? So what you got going on with Deshaun Watson right now is, like June said, like, he doesn't want to play football right now. And, like, have you ever heard the type of granular detail that they're giving into the severity of his They're, like, the medical team is like, nah, man, he's good to go. And then afterwards, they're like, well, he has this shoulder thing with this tissue and yada, yada. And there's like, have you ever heard the term micro tear in your life?
No.
When it comes to an NFL player, no, there's no such thing as a micro tear in the NFL. Either it's fucking torn or it's not. Apparently, at some point, you might get a partial tear, but it's torn or it's not. Don't give me this shit about a micro tear, okay? And then, like, you have the Browns saying he cleared protocol, he could go back in. After the game, Deshaun Watson was like, I'm praying that it's not as serious. Like, bitch, are you dying? Like what happened? How bad did that interception hurt you, man? Like, what is going on? But I just want to bring this back again. Okay? This is why the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns. This might be an unpopular opinion. Should have stayed with Baker Mayfield. Should have. He took you to mediocrity. Took your ass to the playoffs. You were within 10 points, I think, of beating the Chiefs at home in the playoffs. The next year, Baker Mayfield tears the labrum in his throwing arm. Plays the rest of the year. Has a bad year. They cut him, and they signed Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson gets a hangnail and doesn't want to play for you. Baker Mayfield played through not a micro tear, a torn labrum for 8 weeks in the second half of that Brown season. And they got rid of him. That's how much that man wanted to play for Cleveland and fucking win.
And he had those cute commercials with his girlfriend or wife.
And now you're sitting here with Deshaun Watson with the best defense in the league. Okay? Now you might not have Cobb right or God damn it, what the fuck is his name? The running back. Damn it, he got hurt. Cup.
Chubb.
Right?
Yeah.
Chubb. Yeah, you might not have Chubb. Okay. Ford's doing some shit. Ford is running the ball well. Kareem Hunt got Kareem Hunt back. You got Amari Cooper in there. That defense is balling. You just beat the Niners, but you don't have a quarterback that wants. Hey,
Wait, okay. Stop saying the defense because they got ate up by Gardner Minshew.
no,
They got ate up.
it's still still one of the better defenses in the league. Still one of the better defenses in the league. No, I know, but okay, hey, one game. Okay, so one game does not define a season. Otherwise, that San Francisco loss that you guys had would define your season, but it doesn't.
It defined our season. And yes, it
I don't think it defined it. Y'all got
Did you see Minshew dancing, doing his little dance?
I saw him dancing all the way back to that locker room with a fat L.
Like any team that has Myles Garrett that is not taking off helmets and hitting people with it is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And Myles Garrett is a one-man wrecking crew, even though he beat the shit out of Rudolph, and I loved it. I was just watching that today for some reason. It showed up on my TikTok or something about him just smacking the shit out of Rudolph with his own helmet. How can you ever play football again when someone takes your own helmet off and hits you with it? Bitch, you got to retire. Shut the fuck up. But no, like you got a really good team in Cleveland right now. They're 4-2. Yeah. But your $230 million quarterback doesn't want to play ball.
Nope.
It's wild.
Nestor.
And he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Nestor.
This organization is
Don't ever tell me a happy ending isn't important.
That's right.
'Cause it is.
The organization is overlooking how important a happy ending is for their team and Deshaun Watson because they don't know what to do. Jacoby Brissett, Dobbs, Deshaun Watson, PJ Walker, they don't know what, at this point, what would be better. So I think they mishandled their whole QB situation for years, and now they're paying for it. That's the sum of all of it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there was a reason that was so upsetting to all the other owners when they gave him that much guaranteed money because it was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
And you don't think that every other quarterback in the NFL isn't pissed off right now?
Right,
You
exactly.
think there's ever going to be another guaranteed contract in NFL history? They'll be like, look number 4's ass. We ain't guaranteeing shit. Like, he fucked the entire QB market.
Yeah.
And you know who the next quarterback that's supposed to get paid next year?
Shit.
Who's due?
Dak Prescott. Dak is
again.
Dak,
right. It was like 2 years ago he got paid.
No, he's due. He's due an extension next year. He's due a big extension next year.
The only thing he's going to be
$160 million.
an ass kicking in the media because that's all they do is hate his ass. They don't.
Yeah.
If you're a Dallas Cowboys quarterback, everybody's just gonna talk shit about you forever. So you better win Super Bowls like Troy Aikman, or be personable like Tony Romo.
Yeah.
None of that.
Good luck, Deshaun. Hope you want to play football still. The Rams, they released Brett Maher after he missed 3 kicks in the loss to the Steelers. Had he made those kicks, pretty sure they would have won that game. Just throwing that out there. So it makes sense as to why he lost his job. Mind you, this is the same guy who missed all those kicks in that playoff game in the Cowboys win over the Bucks. So it didn't matter then, but this time it did matter, and he lost his job.
I don't know why it mattered more now than it did after the playoffs. I think the Rams are underestimating the importance between a week 6 or 7 win or loss in a playoff, win or loss. I don't know. But yeah, you can't miss 3 field goals in today's.
No.
Like, you miss 3 field goals in today's NFL, they're gonna call somebody in that's going to wear number 96, and you'll never be able to pronounce his name. And he's from a country that Russia has probably invaded at some point, and he's going to kick 90% of his field goals. So you can't miss 3 field goals in one game
Yeah.
and expect to keep your job. There's people going into ice baths after a game because of the shit they go through. Car accidents 80 times. And you got the kicker out there. Sorry guys. I couldn't get the kick's ass to the upright. My bad. Like, no, that's not gonna fly in the locker room. Done.
Nestor, any thoughts?
No, it's weird to see. It is weird to see nowadays because I'm used to seeing the opposite. Like the whole team is trash. Like for example, like Chicago or a different team, they'll be complete trash, and you see the kicker out here getting points for them, and 6, 9 points. But then you see this, and you're like, what is going on? So they did good in letting him go. They should have let him go way before this. This says something about them because not the kicker. You should have known the kicker was ass a long time ago.
That advice can be applied to many different areas of life.
Tell us you're a Dolphins fan without telling you're a Dolphins fan.
Trying to say something about my kicker?
Caring about kickers. Because that was most of the points you guys had for a better part of a decade.
Hey, Miles Sanders is a good man.
You guys got McDaniels.
June?
Yeah, I mean, the Rams had such an odd offseason where they didn't really sign anybody, and then the people they signed wasn't really good. They let go of some people. It was just an odd. And so the Brett Maher signing, after you look at what he did in Dallas, that should have been a red flag. Brett Maher shouldn't have a job. He should be sitting at home waiting for a kicker to get hurt. And then they say, oh, we're not going to make the playoffs anyway, but we do need a kicker. Why don't you come in and kick for us? See if you can win a job back. That's the kind of kicker Brett Maher is at this stage in his career. He is not a guy that you go out and sign because guess what? You're going to lose a game with a guy like Brett Maher. The Cowboys saw it and they said, we're done.
Yep.
We can't trust you in a situation. And now Dallas has a decent kicker that hasn't missed this season. I think he missed an extra point.
You see what you
There
just
was a
did?
reason for it. But
Meyer shouldn't even be the kicker for a flag football team in the 2024 Olympics. Like, let's not get ourselves. I don't even know if they got kickers in the Olympics.
Why they keep pushing down that sport?
If they do, he shouldn't be one.
Well, let's move on. So
Yeah, why are we talking about kickers, Jay? What the hell?
Deion Sanders.
Got me.
He aired a little bit of his thoughts on the whole Michigan, possibly, maybe, but maybe they aren't stealing signals, and basically just saying, hey, you still got to stop these teams. Everybody has access to everybody's play calling, and with that being said, you still got to go out here on Saturdays and stop these teams. Malin, please go ahead.
Yes. Well, I'll talk about this for a second. Couple things. First of all, it's really cute when you come out and say, well, if someone's stealing signs, you still got to stop them anyways, right? Coming from the head coach of the Colorado football team that is ranked 130 out of 130 teams in college football for yards allowed on defense. Bitch, you couldn't stop a cold right now, Colorado. They're terrible on defense. Like, maybe he should be stealing signs to try to figure out how to stop an offense. But I was listening to, I don't know if you guys know who Jason Whitlock is. Do you guys know who Jason Whitlock is?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, sir, that is a very smart man. Very smart man. He's been talking about Prime in Colorado and stuff like that, and there's some things that I don't agree with, but there is one thing that I do agree with when it comes to Colorado. is that Prime only really cares about his kids. He cares about Shiloh and Shador. That's the only reason why he's the head coach of a college football team right now. Is because of his kids. He would not be coaching in Colorado if he was not trying to get Shador a top 10 spot in a draft in the NFL. Like, you want to talk about, well, Prime he loves all these kids and he does all this other stuff and he's a player's coach. Now I'm like, okay, well, is he walking 40 yards before every game with every other player or just his son Shador? Like Shiloh, I'd be like, man, what the fuck? Like, I'm playing defense. Like, goddamn. But what really pisses me off is what he's doing with Travis Hunter right now. That's what's pissing me off about Deion Sanders, because Travis Hunter, I don't know if you guys remember this, he was the number one recruit out of high school a couple years ago. And he ended up going to Jackson State with Deion Sanders. He's what put Jackson State on the map. Right? Not Shiloh, not Shador, it was Travis Hunter. Okay? Then Hunter gets a lacerated kidney against Colorado State. This is 3 games. Last week, he comes back for the first time after a lacerated kidney. Have you ever lacerated anything in your life? I haven't.
No.
Goddamn. They had him out there playing 148 snaps.
Ugh.
He's supposed to be a better defensive back than wide receiver. Why is he out there playing wide receiver right now? Because Prime needs somebody that can get the yak, the yards after the catch, to pad Shador's fucking stats, to make his year look better. I know that Colorado only won 1 game last year. They've won, 4 now? They're probably not going to win another game the rest of the year. But this is all about getting his kids in the NFL. He's nothing more than a more famous Ball. That's it. When I say Ball, I'm talking about, the Ball family.
Right.
Yeah.
All them. That's all he is. He's just a more famous Ball dad. Like, it's just kind of pissing me off. There's all this hype. You got the rappers coming out there, all this stuff. And, Deion was talking about after they beat TCU, which was already overrated, about, we told everybody. Well, yeah, and then he went to double overtime against Colorado State. Got your ass beat against Oregon. USC doesn't have a defense, still fucking lost to them. Then you go in to lose to Arizona, get your ass kicked. It's not a good football team.
No.
So it just, once his kids are out of college, he's not going to be in Colorado.
No.
He is using that state and that college to get his own kids in the NFL. And good for him being a dad, but it kind of pisses me off because we have this whole thing about, well, he's trying to change the sport. No, he's not. He's not trying to change the sport. The sport is not going to change. And do you ever see any other head coach wear their own fucking nickname on hats and sweatshirts, shit like that? Is Aaron Andrews out there with Lincoln Riley getting, making deals with t-shirts and shit for Lincoln? No. And before anybody wants to call me a racist because of Shador and all this shit, Campbell and Penix are the 2 other people that are like the Heisman front runners. Okay, they're both black. They're not. They don't have somebody on the sideline that their only job is to give Shador his Rolex so that he could put it up like this at the end of a game. Like, it's just, man, it's just a fucking clown show, and I'm getting sick of it. And it's just wearing at me that other people can't see how Deion is using 90 other young kids to get his own kids in the NFL. Like, it's just kind of asinine to me. I don't know if you guys agree with me. You might think I'm stupid, but I think I'm right.
Well, he's definitely using the platform to. I wouldn't say solely just to get his kids into the NFL, but that's definitely one of his main focuses, without a shadow of a doubt. Because, like you said, once they're gone, it's almost impossible to envision him still being at that school.
Right.
But at the same time, I think that to go into like a more general thing, people now, like kids, the Gen Z, I guess you would say, don't quite care too much about the end result. They just care about the image. And people like kids that are his the Sanders kids age and that same age group, they don't even watch whole games now. They just want to see the highlights. They want to see the perception of perception's reality. So if someone's coming along and they're giving them the Rolex on the sidelines and it's flashy and LeBron's coming out the games and it's like that's where you have to be as a Colorado game. That's what's most important. It's just like the who's who.
Okay, but are these other kids at Colorado? Travis Hunter doesn't have the NIL deals that Shedeur does. He's not making millions of dollars, but he's a better football player than Shedeur.
Yeah, and I agree.
He's a much better player than Shedeur. So you're going to get these kids to go to Colorado with an expectation of a Shedeur, but at the end of the day, you're just going to be living in fucking Colorado and playing for a 500 football team.
Right.
Like, that's... Like, you're selling a bill of goods entertainment-wise that doesn't have a substance, and with a college football coach that isn't going to be there in 2 years. So tell me how he's not using these kids on the roster now when next year he get his own kids in the NFL.
The reason I wouldn't say that he's solely using them is because at the same time, while he is there and while they are in the national spotlight, those same kids do have a good opportunity for at the same time to elevate themselves. Scouts will also come and watch Colorado games and say, oh, that other kid, maybe we could go get him in the draft or whatever it may be. But I will say, are other kids who are in high school now going to have the wherewithal to think like, oh, 2 years from now, I want to go to Colorado? Are they also thinking, is Coach Prime going to still be there in 2 years? I don't know, because...
Well, hopefully they got a good advisor around and to tell them.
Right, to bring them back down to earth and think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it don't really matter. They can just go in the transfer portal anyway.
Well.
But I just think that there's... I don't know. And it's not trying to protect like a system of college football or anything like that, because if college football does need to change, these kids need to get paid. But there is just, to me, there's all flash, not a lot of substance.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to what, like, I think somebody like a Nick Saban, someone like a Dabo Swinney, I think they do an incredible job of creating good men in their programs. Maybe they're not all going to go to the NFL, but they're going to be better men when they leave the program. And my concern with these kids that see all the flash and there's not a whole lot of substance is that you're going to be left at the end of your college career with your hands out holding like, I'm not really necessarily a better person. I'm not set up for the rest of my life, the kids that aren't going to go into the NFL.
Right.
And I do think that it is a derelict of duty having someone like Travis Hunter out there for 148 snaps 3 weeks after getting your kidney lacerated. Like, there's no reason to have him out there on both sides of the ball for damn near 150 snaps. So it's just disappointing to me. because I think that Prime could end up doing a whole lot of good for a whole lot of people if I really thought that that was his end game to do a whole lot of good for a whole lot of people. But I'm just not necessarily buying it right now.
Right.
I could be wrong. I don't know. June, am I wrong? Am I just being stupid?
No, I think you're hitting some good points on it. I think there's a balance though. I think there's a level of care, but then I think it's also a level of I need to get Shador that top 5 pick. You know what I mean?
But if you're a head coach though, like should I just don't know how a father could adequately put the needs of the many ahead of the needs of the one when that one is your own kid. I don't think I could do it. If you put me as a head football coach in a college and I got my own son Christopher, God help us all if he ever became a college quarterback, that'd be disastrous. Let's say it did. It'd be hard pressed for me not to be thinking of my own son first.
Right, of course.
That makes sense.
It's human nature. It's human nature. It's human nature.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he actually sticks around and coaches after Shador and Shiloh are gone. But if I was Shiloh, I'd be a little bit pissed right now. I'd be like, Dad, how come you're not walking the other 40 yards with me? God damn it. I'm the star of the other side of the fucking ball. Like, what the fuck does he got that I don't besides the fucking Rolex and the goddamn Bentley Phantom? I ain't got no goddamn Phantom. Bullshit.
Oh, gosh.
Nestor, any thoughts before we move on to Mattress Mac?
No, I think the media is funny too. I think they're very responsible too. Every time I see the commercials, he's on there, and they love milking, you know, the hype around some players and just like bringing them up, and then as soon as they're no longer relevant, like okay, gone, just over with.
I think ESPN has very much a big part of this.
Yep.
Yes.
They're losing so much goddamn money with Disney right now. They're like, please, Prime,
Right.
please. And even FS1, man.
Yeah,
man,
to another degree.
I think Joey Taylor wants to marry one of Prime's kids that ain't even been fucking born yet. They're just
He's raising him up.
goddamn shows.
On national TV. Yeah. There's
Did R2 have something to say?
R2, yeah, he's got a couple words to share.
R2 is pissed off too. Be a much better quarterback than Shador right now, I guarantee it.
So we could make a whole episode probably just on Colorado right now, but yeah. Anyway,
Gotta move on. I apologize.
oh no, you're good. That's a good topic. Last but not least, Mattress Mac. Every year we talk about him. He lost at least $7.9 million on his Astros bet. When he made his bet, he did not say exactly how much he bet, but it was reported that he must have lost at least $7.9 million once
I thought it
used
was
the
almost
loss.
12 million that he bet.
Right,
I heard it
initially, yeah.
I thought I heard it was 10.8 that he originally bet.
Now, it was last year when they won that he won the 70 some odd million.
It wasn't 70 million. He won 7 million. But he
7.
also lost, I think, 5.7 million with TCU. Because he put money on TCU to win the national championship game.
Yeah.
Yes.
This man is just like a betting whore. But at the end of the day, you can't hate him. The man is okay. The man runs a mattress chain. Okay? Sells beds and furnitures. Okay? I thought it was only beds. He actually does sell furniture now too. But the man sells beds. Who wouldn't want to be 80 years old? And let's just go back to last year. You get to go to Vegas and take I think it was almost $8 million. You fly to Vegas on your private plane, and you have almost $8 million in a fucking wheelbarrow going up to your private plane. What kind of life is that? And I think all of us would take it. So, you know what? Yes, he's an old crotchety man. And, you know, he looks like a racist. I think he was actually a part of the Nazi party. I can't prove it, but I think he was. He's having fun in his old age. This man clearly does not give a shit about leaving anything to family beneath him. He's willing to bet it all. I don't know what his net worth is, but you gotta love the moxie. We all wish that we could do what that man is doing right now. I've been to Vegas a lot of times. I've never had almost $8 million in a fucking wheelbarrow going to a private plane when I'm leaving Vegas. It's never happened. So good on him. He lost, but he'll be back.
Right.
Yeah.
Sell a couple more beds.
I just wanted to read this. It was $75 million he won last year, by the way.
Really? God damn.
It was $75 million, but he loses so the bet. Yeah, he lost $7.9 million. He would have won $43 million from the bet.
And if you really think these are the only bets this man is doing,
right?
Oh
right.
Yeah, no.
Let's be real.
I would love to be next to him at a goddamn blackjack table because he looks crazy as shit, doesn't he?
He does look very
he looks just
senile.
wild. Like if you
Malin,
meet up with him in Vegas for one night, you'd be telling the grandkids about it. If you got to hang out with Mattress Mac in Vegas for one night,
Malin, somebody who lived in Vegas for 10 years, we don't see those guys.
No, you don't.
We don't see those type of guys that come in.
Well, I would just tell you that someone that goes to Vegas, okay, we have seen some of these people. My family, we stay at the Aria. We stay in the Sky Suites.
Oh, nice.
I was within here to my sliding glass door from Steve Kerr last year during the Summer League. I almost got to fucking talk to the man, but I didn't have a goddamn key card on me to get into the fucking Sky Suites. Gary had to come down and get me G money. And I saw him walking in and I was like, son of a bitch. He's probably sitting on the fucking floor as us. So my family, like, we normally stay in the penthouse Sky Suites when we go to Aria. So we see a lot of rich people. I ain't never seen no Mattress Mac, but sometimes when you walking through Aria and you pass some of these high limit shit, you see some people who are like, you're a big goddamn deal. Yeah. So we've seen some people. Now we're not living there. I'm not living there. I'm just saying that when I go, I'm living the high life on the 53rd and 54th floor of the penthouses. They're nice, and you know I offered to have Jalen come with us this last year, and he respectfully declined because he's stupid. Yeah, could have been with us in Vegas, but
I just want to just throw out, if you are, Mattress Mac is older, if you happen to be one of his grandchildren and you could get in good graces with him, could you imagine that's your grandpa? You're like, yeah, I'm going to Vegas with my grandpa.
I just want to put it out there that if you're a grandchild of Mattress Mac and you want to help sponsor this show,
there you go.
We are here for it.
Absolutely. We're not very hard to get in contact with.
You've never seen groveling like I could do if someone has millions of dollars and they want to sponsor the show. I got 42-year-old knees. I'll get down on both of them. I ain't sucking nothing, but I will ask them.
That will do it for the first half of this week's show. June.
I kind of figured where that was going when I started to talk, and I was like, I need to I need to cut that out. About getting down on the knees there. Goddamn.
June, we want to thank you again for joining us for yet another week. If you are new to the show and do not follow June on TikTok, his link is always down in the description below. So be sure to check him out. Get a good Dallas Cowboys take throughout your week. So,
wait, is June going to be here on the second half?
would you like? Okay, never mind.
No? Okay, well, you got me talking about Justin Herbert again. You got the law offices in Mainland and Dennis having to defend Justin Herbert.
If I'd had to get up so early, I'd be in, but I need to be up by 5.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to build a show. Don't worry about it. Y'all make me come out and do the same goddamn thing that I did last week.
All right, we will be back in about 10 minutes, so sit tight, and we will see you soon.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. On my way to the boat like I ain't just have on the coat when I landed, out branded. Perched at the edge of the branches. They don't wanna talk mansions, mine look like a campus. And I'm all about my brothers like the niggas I'm sampling. I'll leave you red shirted like the twins from Kansas. Really living my dreams I used to have in my aunt's crib.
This is the first time the Heat have made the finals since LeBron left.
Jesus Christ.
True.
What the fuck?
Nobody wants to guess.
Is it Kyle Lowry?
That Kyle Lowry's number
Do I get the point?
Yeah, I'll give you the point.
I guess 2 of them. Do I not get points for that shit too? Can I just make a complaint?
How many times have these two teams played each other in the regular season?
Once.
Is incorrect.
No.
Twice.
Twice.
You already guessed.
Shaq, what was your guess? 3. That is incorrect.
Twice.
2.
G-Money, any guesses?
I already said it.
We don't know if that's correct.
Well, I mean,
it is correct.
G-Money, try 5.
Why this man have the most points to complain about? How is it taking that fucking long? You missed the first question because you answered too fast, not thinking. He's stupid.
That's pretty hurtful.
First of all, this is the last time we're ever doing trivia. I don't give a damn what happens.
Hey. Yeah. Trendsetter, band frame getter. With whatever. I buy diamonds when I'm under pressure. When I apply, shit don't ever let up. Yeah. Look, I'm in the cut, the boy in the cut. Jump in the whip with a ceiling, go up, beat up. All of this grinding for what? It's funny when you niggas thought it was luck.
So who is that? All right, these Lance Spider Mitchell. You gotta put on the top. Oh, that's somebody good.
Ooh, Steph Curry. Okay.
Ooh, that feels bad. There's Darren Fox. Thank you.
Damn. Is that gonna fall the moment he gets it out?
Oh my god.
How am I supposed to even turn this now?
By the way, the person who knocks it over, your lineup doesn't even count.
He took Zion. Listen, that's the best I can do, dude.
Can't be alright. Jared Allen, you're coming home with me, friend.
Mr. IG Live himself.
Oh, the shooter.
Oh, Jesus.
That was hard in the Bulls' fault to get Zach LaVine.
Did you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? Click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
If Miami can maintain their momentum and find a way to beat the Bucks in this series, you will be seeing us in the final. There's no question, ifs, ands, or buts about it, so be prepared to see us.
And the Miami Heat become the 6th in NBA history to win as an 8th seed in the first round.
Game wants his ring, and he's gonna get it. And he's like, "Fuck him." He's got to play lights out. He's gonna come out there and play lights out. Butler's gonna put the whole load on his shoulders. And I say he wins game 1. Great momentum. That's how you start a series.
All 3 of the previous series, they were the underdog. All 3 of those series, they won game 1. Denver's 9-0 at home in the playoffs. They take game 1. Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The Denver Nuggets win their 4th straight road game in these playoffs and regain home court advantage. Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Denver Nuggets are 1 win away from their first ever NBA title. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Murray falling away. Rebound, Brown banks it home. Bruce Brown puts the Nuggets back up by 1. Jimmy Butler on the drive, gets inside, stops. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And a foul. 2 clutch free throws from Kentavious Caldwell Pope. It's over. At last, the long wait is over. After 47 years, the Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
Still waiting, wanting that to keep me on chill. Don't you leave me, I'll kick it with my new bitch, I still.
Yep, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Mike Williams for the hype, please. Nigga, I'm white you before you wipe me. My boxes of checks, not my Nikes. Cactus, not no iced tea. Got them bamboozled like a Spike Lee. You need more than Google just to find me. I just call a beta, get a hyphy.
Incredible, general.
I just got the label just to sign me. Me and Chase connected like we signed me.
All right, folks, do you think that there will be a 70-plus win NBA team this season? Personally, I don't see it happening. With as many long-term injuries as these star players have nowadays, I feel like it's just kind of too much to expect a 70-plus win season. If you're the best player on your team, it's not uncommon for them to miss several weeks, a whole month with a sprain or a bruise or whatever it may be. So I just think that the Stars miss too much time, and the Stars are too important to a team's long-term success. So I can't see a team hitting over 70-plus wins this year. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is there a team that you think is going to hit over 70-plus wins? And of course, who is that team?
Justin Herbert may not be as good as advertised. So we have to take that in consideration. At some point, we have to say, is Justin Herbert a good quarterback? In the playoffs last year, you get a 27-point lead and you blow it. He can't win his division. He can't beat the Chiefs. He can't win his division. When are we going to start talking about him as just a mediocre quarterback? He's Brad Johnson 2.0. That's exactly what he is.
The 49ers losing to the Cleveland Browns. No Deshaun Watson. I don't even know who the fuck their quarterback was. What did we learn from this game? Absolutely nothing. Everything we had already talked about. Purdy is a product of the system and the talent around him. You lose CMC, you lose Deebo Samuel, you lose Trent Williams for a while. He looked like a poor man's Baker Mayfield out there. He looked more irrelevant than the day that he was drafted as Mr. Irrelevant on Sunday. Brock Purdy is nothing without the talent around him. Do you guys agree or do you not? Let us know.
Okay, AFR, let's talk basketball. Who's going to come out of the East and who's going to come out of the West? For the East, I have the clear candidates, the Boston Celtics. I mean, with Porzingis there, he's coming in hot. I feel like they're going to have such a dynamic offense. It's going to make Jason Tatum play better. It's going to make Jaylen Brown play better. For the West, I have the Phoenix Suns. I know. They're very injury prone. But if this team could just stay healthy, we're talking about Kevin Durant, we're talking about Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. I don't feel Denver's going to repeat their success. It has to be the talented Phoenix Suns. But what do you guys think? Who's going to come out of the East? Who's going to come out of the West? Let me know in the comments.
Gotta slow it down, you ain't got no zoom. Big rock diamonds, yeah, I mean goon. Purple lemonade, pump it out them fumes. Heating up like last day in June. This is my drip, that's my cool. See, you gotta get tail and punch my jewels. I chose your face, I pick out gold. The plan don't miss, I'm taking off soon. Case I don't do trap fly to the moon. Looking like who is he? Gunning on one, he move like me. Yeah, the phones are moving fleet. So choppers like who is security?
Remember to follow the show on TikTok and Instagram at @FA Sports. Now back to your favorite show on the internet with your hosts, Jaylon, Malon, Nestor, and G Money.
You want me to do a commercial for that?
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the second half of your favorite show on the internet, G Money. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Jalen. Once again, it is an honor and a privilege to be on every Wednesday with this group of sports professors.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, I don't. That's some high praise. Nectar, shut up. Go back in the closet. G Money. What wine are we sipping on tonight on this fine Wednesday evening?
So, what I like to sip on, you know how we all have our daily bourbon or something, something that's not super expensive, but yet is smooth and goes down well. Well, for me, it's a 2017 Chateau Saint Michel Merlot.
There you go.
That's a daily one, I mean, we have the expensive wines, We have the Duckhorn, the Opus One.
Oh, we like the Duckhorn. Okay. Well, this man has enjoyed some great chicken spaghetti that my mom has made that I don't get because it's 3,000 miles away.
Yep.
And they got Jack in the Box, and so they're putting the full court press on me right now, making me jealous. So I'm glad that you're able to sip that nice wine there, G Money. But we got to take a shot ourselves.
Yes, we do.
Damn, I should get a shot of something.
Okay.
This man.
Give me.
Okay. So go ahead and go into the community things.
Yes, while he's grabbing his shot.
Mixing wine with shots. That's a good idea.
Golly. Oh, God. I know nothing about wine, but I appreciate a good glass of wine.
Wine is amazing.
Let's get into community comments, shall we? This is where we read your comments on our videos from the past week. And we will start off with, okay, so this morning I asked if there would be a 70-plus win team in NBA this year. And my answer was just no, because I just think because of star players missing so many games due to injuries, it just makes it kind of impossible for any team to really win that many games or even close. June said no. I see 65 being the highest. I see Boston getting 65. Aristotle says I don't see it happening either. However, the old dynasty Spurs are going to be a problem with Victor.
His name was Aristotle.
Right.
And he's talking about Spurs.
Right.
Okay. Ain't no Aristotle give a shit about San Antonio.
Aaron McCarthy says I'm not even certain there'll be a 63-win team this season. And random person says they are he says they are starting load management in game 1.
Well, they were.
Right.
They were. Now, before I give my answer, let's go ahead and take our shot.
G Money's back.
G
What you got?
What shot do you have there, sir?
Johnny Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker. Okay, so he's up in my Blantons there with Johnny Walker Blue. Well, what do you got, Jalen?
I have got, because it is Halloween spooky season, I've got some Sexton Irish whiskey in my skeleton shot glass. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but yes.
We know that Nestor's drinking water because he just got out of witness protection.
Sick.
Yeah, you're sick because your Dolphins lost. Shut up. No, I said it already. Game 1, Celtics. First win on the way to 74. You're going to do it. Yes, you're going to have load management. Yes, you're going to have injuries. But when you got Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, Holiday, Horford, like you got so much talent. We're doing it.
Yes. Hey, I'm not going to lie. Game 1, Porzingis and Holiday looking pretty good out there.
There you go.
Looking pretty good.
Beautiful. Love it for the Boston racists. Great.
Let's get into video number 2, where there is a bit more stuff to go around. So June, there was a clip from our last episode where June was, just going on his take on how Justin Herbert is overrated in his book, and people did not agree. Outside of one person on TikTok who said facts, but I think outside of that, everybody else disagreed. So let me just start on YouTube real quick. I know there's one comment there. Give me 1 second. Okay. So on YouTube, his name is... Went right over the video. Thanks, YouTube doesn't show me the comment anymore. All right, whatever. On TikTok, Malin says, "Where is part 2 where the law offices of Malin and Dennis tear this take to shreds?" There's there's that. On Instagram, somebody said, "Yeah, I'm Franco," says, "This is the worst take I've ever seen on Instagram. Bro is carrying the entire Chargers franchise on his back. Go watch football. Stop going to ESPN for your sports takes."
Facts. Wow. Damn.
And that's how he really felt.
That's don't go to ESPN for your sports, huh? All right.
Okay, so I feel as the representative of the law offices of Mainland and Dennis, I feel compelled to respond to this supposed hot take, because it's not a hot take, it's a wet take. And buried in water, sunken by a ship. It's probably down there with the Titanic and that goddamn submersible that imploded. Hey, people. The man was the number 4 quarterback going into the year by Pro Football Focus. Okay? He's number 4 in touchdowns right now and completion percentage. He has been carrying this franchise since he got drafted. That's why he still has acne. He's always fucking stressed out. That's why he still looks like he's trying to, study for a test for pre-calculus in the 10th grade. Because he's carrying an entire fucking franchise on his back right now. So no, he's not overrated. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and it really pisses me off that the law offices of Mainland Dennis have to defend a quarterback from the University of Oregon because they fucking suck and my Huskies just beat their ass again. But that's what I have to do, because it's Staley, it's the head coach that costs them a playoff berth, costs them in the playoffs against Jacksonville. There is no reason why Jacksonville should have won that fucking game last year. against the Chargers.
Yep.
Now, the Chargers always have injuries. That's a personnel deal. Fuck the GM. Like, what is he doing? Maybe get some people on the roster that don't have soft tissue issues. Maybe. But no, he is a really good quarterback. He's definitely top 10 in the NFL. He's not a fraud. He's not average. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. He is just in a franchise that doesn't know how to win. And when I say a franchise that doesn't know how to win, they had Phillip Rivers and LaDainian Tomlinson in their prime. Couldn't do it. The same franchise that fucked up Drew Brees' shoulder, and he ended up going to the Saints and winning a Super Bowl, which was more of a shit-ass franchise than the Chargers, and yet he won a Super Bowl there. The same franchise, okay, that Eli Manning was like, nah, man, not going to you people. You guys are fucking crazy. Drove, and you even have me defending a Washington State Cougar quarterback. Ryan Leaf goes to the Chargers and lost his goddamn mind back in '98, pick number 2. Lost his mind, went fucking psycho. Took the Washington State Cougars to the Rose Bowl for the second time in the school's history. Goes to the Chargers and starts beating up reporters. Why? Because he went to the fucking Chargers. So, yeah. It's the goddamn Chargers. It's their fault. Justin Herbert, God bless him. I hope that they get their act together. Probably not. Staley, fuck you. Get fired. Get somebody else in there. Please don't hire Ron Rivera when he gets fired, because he doesn't win against anything but cancer. So that's all I gotta say. Like, Junebug, that is a really bad take. I love you, man. I respect your service. You're a Navy man. That's cool. The only thing the Navy's really good for nowadays is, moving Marines like G Money around to places that are really important. But yeah, that's what I gotta say. So at that point, I think that $75 an hour. That's been about 5 minutes. So I think the show owes me about like $15. I'll bill you that thing.
All right, fair enough. Let's get into the ride or die in 5, shall we?
Wait, nobody else has a take on this? G Money, what do you have?
We are coming up on the 2-hour mark here, and we have yet to pick a single game.
Money hasn't been able to say.
Look, San Diego has been a shit show since basically Stan Humphries took them to the Super Bowl. It was the last time they went to the Super Bowl, and even before that, when they had Dan Fouts, they had Jefferson, they had
Winslow.
Yeah. And let's not forget, their defenses. I mean, my God, they've had teams, and they just haven't been able to get them to the Super Bowl. So, I'm not going to blame the city of San Diego. I love that city. Not going to blame the city of LA, even though that's a shit show city.
Yep.
But it's got to be the owner. The owner is, just doesn't make the right choices. Just does not make the right choices. I mean, when you have basically great quarterbacks, you have great offenses, you have really good defenses, and yet you cannot get to the Super Bowl, who the hell is your coach?
Hey,
why? And if you decide you don't want Drew Brees anymore, that's okay, because you did replace him with Phillip Rivers. Granted, Eli Manning said, yeah, San Diego? No, the owner looks like some 60s porn star. I'm afraid to be in the room alone with him.
He does look like a porn star, Jalen. Don't shake your head. He does. The fact that the Chargers had Fouts, they had Breeze, Rivers, did never go to a Super Bowl with those people. Stan Humphries has to be your guy. You get your ass beat by the 49ers back in 94, which in fact was the last time that the 49ers were fucking relevant because they haven't done shit since then. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I just want to shit on the Niners a little bit. Not bad.
All right.
I hate the Niners. You want me to talk about the Niners?
No. Let's get into
let's
the
go and talk
ride
about the
or
Niners.
die in
So
5.
the Niners, since they won a
Which
Super Bowl,
don't think that the
they've
Niners
only
are
won the
in this
division
segment.
four
They are
times
actually.
since 2002. They've gone to 2 Super Bowls and lost them. It's pretty much a shit show. Meanwhile, the Seahawks that joined the division in 2002, we've won the division 9 times, been to 3 Super Bowls, and actually fucking won one. So the Niners can kiss my ass. So bang bang Niner gang, I hope you all fucking die. So,
Right.
All right, let's go ahead and let's
Bang,
get
bang,
into it.
butthole gang.
Tomorrow night.
Yep, Ride or Die in 5. Let's go.
Got a Thursday night football game tomorrow.
Hey, you didn't do the
By the way, we all went. There was an assortment here. Malin went 1-4.
I did bad.
G Money and I went 2 and 3. Nestor was the only person that went over 500. He was 3 and 2 last week, picking against his own team, might I add. But 3 and 2 nonetheless. Overall, Malin is 197 and 137. He is plus 60.
Still on top.
I am 208 and 169 plus 39. Nestor is 93 and 74. He is plus 19. And G Money is 113 and 101. He is plus 12. Now, tomorrow night, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up to Buffalo, where they are 8.5 point underdogs. That's the Buccaneers. I'll kick it off real quick. I'm going to take Tampa in the points. 8.5. I don't see them getting it wouldn't surprise me if they got slaughtered on the road. But if the Giants can go to Orchard Park and keep this a relatively close game, I think the Bucs can also do that because I think Tampa is better than the Giants. And with the way that Buffalo's been playing as of late, I could see them keeping this a competitive game. Not winning it, because that if the Bucs win this game, geez, that's going to be disastrous for the Bills. But I could see them keeping this one within a 1 possession game throughout the night. So, hell, even if it's down to just a garbage time touchdown that Baker Mayfield throws and it cuts the lead to like 8 points, I could totally see that happening just for the sake of the line. So, yeah, give me the Bucs and the points. And G Money, what do you like here?
Yeah, basically everything you said, Jalen. The Bills have not covered in the last 3 games. Jacksonville, the Giants, and who'd they play last week? Who was that? Who'd they play?
Yeah, that's Patriots.
It was the MJ10 and Gesicki, baby.
They did not cover. They didn't win. I don't know what's going on with Buffalo. I really don't. Some of it has to do with defense, but I give me the Bucs and the points.
All right. Nestor?
I see this as a game where the Bills are going to be at home and they're going to kind of correct the narrative or try to correct that narrative that's around them that they're just frauds at this point. So give me the Bills and the points. I heard Godwin might not play. Buffalo has some people banged up, but they seriously need to perform. So I think give me the points for the Bills.
All right, Malin?
Hey, first of all, Nestor, pay your cable bill. We see the TV behind you. Don't be broke. Second,
Fuck
I'm
you.
taking the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks because, and listen, the law offices in Mainland in this. We really hate the fact that you put me in a position where I have to pick the Buccaneers, Jalen. The Bills are sporadic at best. You don't know what they're going to do. The fact that the Patriots beat the Bills. The Bucks are a better team than the Patriots right now.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say it. I
Yeah.
apologize. So I'm taking the Bucks. And the 8.5 points. That is just astronomical. I don't know how you don't take a team with 8.5 points. Right now, Nestor's trying to fix his cable bill. He's trying to pay it right now. And get some shit back.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. I have like 10 different apps.
He just turned
That's what happens when you try to hack the porn channels.
We're living in 2023.
Nestor just turned the TV off. They're like, God damn it. Some bitch.
All right, next game. Let's get to the Rams and the Cowboys. Sunday at 1:00. G Money. Cowboys are 6.5 point favorites. What do you like here?
Give me the Rams and the points. The Cowboys are inconsistent. I don't know what team is going to be playing for the Cowboys. I really don't. They have a top 5 defense, but at times they don't play like the top 5 defense, and their offense with Dak is inconsistent at best. If the Rams can actually utilize their receivers like they should, as opposed to going, oh, look, we got Cooper Kupp back, let's forget about everybody else, they will be a dangerous team. And their defense, I thought going into this season that that was going to probably be their biggest question. They kind of remind me like the Seahawks of last year. Got a lot of rookies starting, and they're playing really well. So give me the Rams, give me the points.
Nestor.
I can't believe G Money took the Rams. The Cowboys they have such a good defense that I feel like Dak Prescott's gonna come out here and do such a he's gonna ball out. Like I said, I didn't expect G Money to pick the Rams. I'm gonna go with the Rams. Give the Rams the points. I think it's gonna be close, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 3-point game. So yeah, give me the Rams.
Go ahead, Malin.
I don't even know how to respond to the nonsense that Nestor just spewed out. I honestly don't. Nestor, you're better when you're in the witness protection program. Because you don't got to worry about things like cable bills. I'm going to take the Rams on this. You hit 6.5 points, right?
Right.
So I do think that Dallas will win, but there are issues with that offense. And the Rams defense still have Aaron Donald. The Rams offense still have Nakua, which is balling. Used to be a University of Washington wide receiver. I really don't give a shit where he went afterwards. And they got Cooper Kupp back. Running game still ain't great. Stafford still looks like a wet noodle. But when you take the fact that Tony Pollard can't fucking run the ball, he is not the every down back that we all said he wasn't going to be at the beginning of the year. It makes him one-dimensional. And when it makes them one-dimensional, CeeDee Lamb is about to get eaten by some Rams. So I think that Dallas could still win this game, but I'm going to take the Rams into points. 6.5 is just fucking. And let's not forget about the fact that it's going to be a home game for the Rams. It's a home game for every visitor team that goes to Dallas. So that'd be fun.
You know, if this was any other team besides the Rams just seem to have like 4 fans in their entire fan base. So I'm going to go out on an island here. I'm going to take the Cowboys to cover this. To cover the 6.5 points. I think they are really feeling themselves right now, and the Rams are also kind of feeling themselves, but I just think the Cowboys are a much better team. And if they were on the road, I'd probably change my tune here, but I'm going to stick with my guns. I think the Cowboys cover at home and win this by, just barely, cover-wise, just barely by a touchdown.
Not everybody can be right, Jalen. It's okay.
We shall see. Next game, this one's a doozy. So we have 4 o'clock. We've got the I want to say the Rams. We have the Browns at the Seahawks. Seahawks 3-point favorites at home. Malin, please go first.
Yeah. Seahawks, baby. We're doing it. Like Junebug said, you want to give up 30 points to a god-awful team on defense. I know they got a really good defense. But this is Seahawks. At home. We don't even need DK Metcalf. We're wearing the throwbacks, baby. We're doing it, which probably means we're going to fucking lose because they suck in those goddamn jerseys. But I'm still going to pick my Seahawks. We're not going to pick my Seahawks. But we're the royal blue and Kelly green. We typically fucking suck. But I'm still going to take my Seahawks as ride or die with my team, unlike some people named Nestor.
G-Money, what do you like here?
Yeah, I didn't even bother to look at stats or anything because the Hawks are going to make a sandwich out of PB and J Walker.
Damn right.
That's who's going to be starting. And I know the Cleveland has like the #1 defense in the NFL, but they haven't faced an offense like us. When they played Cincinnati, Burrow didn't have a leg. So they were playing against a quarterback with one leg.
I think you meant defense.
So
I think
no, they had. I said they haven't faced an offense like ours.
Oh.
The only offense when they played Cincinnati, they were playing Burrow with one leg.
That makes sense. A little bit more sense. And our defense has been playing great.
Yes, it has.
Our defense has been
Their
playing
offense it hasn't been.
great.
I mean,
But the defense, Witherspoon, defensive rookie of the year, people.
Go ahead,
Since
Nestor.
week 1, we've actually been a better defense than the 49ers, in case anybody cared about that.
It's all you, Nestor.
Yeah. Give me the Seahawks and the 3 points. Yeah, I think DK Metcalf was a full participant in the practice. That doesn't really matter, but I think the Seahawks defense will lock them up.
He didn't practice. What are you talking
He didn't?
about?
He's
No.
Nestor
I could've sworn
Rappaport.
But yeah.
You're at witness protection. You have no excuse for not having the end.
I swear to God, I could have seen something that he practiced, but
you were seeing fucking butterflies and dragons, my friend. You got some hallucinations going on there with that
So
with that
I
illness.
find that this man practiced.
That's all right. I'd like Nestor reporting on the day to day of these teams.
From Sarasota.
I'm going to agree with the rest of the gang here.
Yes.
Taking the Seahawks to cover. The Browns are a bit of a mess. Yeah, yada yada yada. We hear about the defense. We get it, but they damn near lost to Gardner Minshew. So I think at home 3 points. Come on, they're gonna have a real. The Browns are gonna have a real tough time against the Seahawks in this environment. So
I would also like to point out that if Seahawks lose in the throwback, they'll never wear it again.
You
so
practiced.
We need to win so that we can see it again.
DK practice.
Bad juju.
I have two
Bad
sources. I don't know what the fuck that was, and I have the fantasy. I have the fantasy app.
Your headphones
up.
don't even fit your ears. Shut the fuck up. He didn't
DK Metcalf
practice.
practice.
Probably not even gonna play.
I have to look this up. In the meantime, we have the Bengals.
But I don't know if they really need DK. I mean,
there we go.
The Bengals and the 49ers.
I mean,
4:30
I see them utilize
Sunday.
tight ends a little bit more.
Not my fault. I didn't do this.
49ers 5.5 point favorites. Let's go. G Money, who is going to win this one?
Well, so Brock the Rock Purdy, probably not going to be playing, so it's going to be that USC great Sam Darnold, who did so well with the Jets and even better with Carolina, will now be starting for Bang Bang in my ass Niners, and I don't see them.
Why they gotta be in your ass,
now,
though?
give me Cincinnati. Give me Cincinnati.
All right. Well said.
Can I go next?
Please do.
First of all, I would like to point out that with our show, we're doing the Niners with the 5.5 points, which was before Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol, because now Vegas has moved it to 3 points. But we're going with 5.5, baby, because that's what this show does. Because fuck the Niners and the Bang Bang Niner game. You got a bunch of people in San Francisco just putting dicks in ass right now over Purdy and everybody else. But when they don't have all the talent around them, when they don't have the show, when they don't have all the watchers, when they don't have the audience on the black couch, they don't necessarily perform. So we're going with the Bengals, 3-3, about to cover this spread on the casting couch with the Niners. It's going to be great. So I think Cincy's will cover the 5.5 points.
Yeah, I think this comes down to just the simple fact that since the 49ers have been without Deebo Samuel, they have not won a game. He's still going to be out this game. So in that case, give me the Bengals and the points. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I think that since he might just win this game, I'll happily take the points, though. Nestor?
I think it's important that we're talking about 5.5 points, because if you're going to go to Vegas, you're only getting 3.
Right.
I think that the 5.5 is important for us. All you bettors that are going to pay your rent, what we decide.
God help him. Nestor.
Yeah, they're homeless.
I think the Niners still have some great talent that maybe Sam Darnold doesn't have to necessarily ball out. They still have a good tight end. They still have
Just
IU.
say the Bengals.
So just give me the Cincinnati Bengals and the points.
That's what I knew he was going to say. Jesus Christ. This man.
All right. Last but not least,
Pay your cable bill. Jesus Christ.
Sunday night, we've got the Bears at the Chargers. I didn't even know that. Didn't even know the Bears could get a plane to go to LA. But they've got 8.5 points on the road here. And I'm going to take the Chargers to cover the 8.5 points. I'm sorry, but the Bears are one of the few teams this year that I don't trust them with much of anything at this point. I know Justin Fields doesn't look like he's going to be playing again. It's going to be Tyson, what's his name, but
Agent.
yeah, it's the Bears. That's all I got to say. I'm sorry. It's the Bears. And the Chargers have shown that they can be had at times, but the Bears, their bright spot is just the fact that they don't have their starting quarterback right now. That's the bright spot. So, yeah. Nestor.
Damn. No, I mean, the last game where the Bears I think they beat the Raiders. They found something in who is it, Deontay Foreman? He did really well. The quarterback didn't have to do much. Yeah, maybe not having Justin Fields is a good thing for them at times. Although I still think he can be a good quarterback. I don't believe enough, not in Justin Herbert, but I feel like Staley's gonna find a way to fuck this up.
Don't say that.
So give me the Bears and the points.
Damn it. Malin, go ahead.
What's the point spread?
8.5. That's a magic number this week.
8.5 points.
Yep.
Are they playing in Chicago?
It's in LA.
Okay. Woo. Okay, so Bagnet is pretty much the same as a fire hydrant. He did complete 72% of his passes, but most of them are screen passes. On first and second down, Bagnet, Dragnet, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he threw the ball 1.3 yards across the line of scrimmage. So yes, they were able to beat whoever the fuck it is they beat last week. Who did they beat last week?
Raiders.
The Raiders. Okay, everybody is beating the Raiders. Everybody in Vegas that is on a slot machine right now is winning more than the Vegas Raiders are. And that's unheard of because Vegas wants to win money, and they typically win about $1 billion a month. So listen, I'm 8.5 points.
It's a good amount of points.
It is. It's really good. I don't see the Chargers winning by 8.5 points. I just don't. Now, I am a believer in Herbert. Do not come at me, because I will sue you with defamation with law offices of Maryland and Dennis. And Junebug, you're already asleep. You got to do some shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bears on this with the points. I think that their coach is just a fucking disaster. They don't have Williams. Keenan Allen's probably gonna get fucking hurt, which is even gonna fuck it up even more. So I do think the Chargers will win, but 8.5. That's a lot. And, I think the Bears are better without Justin Fields.
They are.
I really think. I think Justin Fields is more talented, but I think that Baguette, that Kaiser role that he is, I think he's a little bit more
Stable.
stable. Yes, like stable of fucking horses. Yes, there you go. So I'm gonna go with the Bears.
G Money.
Well, as we all know, baguette is a French word for failure.
Is it really? Well, yeah, the French do fail. They have failed at everything.
French people are like,
So,
what do
you know, now give me the Chargers. I'll give up those points. Even though the Chargers coach is an idiot, Eberflus is just as bad, if not worse. He's going to do something as well. I mean, however they beat the Raiders because Josh McDaniels isn't a coach. Josh McDaniels was freaking Belichick's gopher. Yeah, go get me coffee. Go yell at the defense. Go for some burgers. That's what he was. He wasn't a coach. He wasn't an offensive coordinator. He wasn't a defensive coordinator. He was
Sleeves
Belichick's
off my
gopher.
sweatshirt. That's what it was. Cut the sleeves off my sweatshirt. That's.
No, I mean, so beating the Raiders, that's really not an accomplishment so much. I mean, you know.
Well, to recap.
I'll take the Chargers. I'll surrender the points.
There you go.
A lot of points.
To recap what we have here, this
It
was
is.
the only game where there's not any islands. Me and G Money are taking the Chargers to cover. Nestor and Malin taking the Bears in the points. We all took Cincinnati in the points. We all took the Seahawks to cover. I'm on an island for the Cowboys to cover. And then Nestor is on an island for the Bills to cover. So that's
Shitty islands.
That's all. Right. So take the Cowboys. I feel like one of your balls just like retracted into your abdomen for taking them.
as long as at 1 o'clock on Sunday it releases back down, that's all that matters to me.
It's probably not long and not a lot of releases. Definitely that testicle.
That's where we're at this week, folks.
Yeah, next week is 160.
Right, 160. It'll officially be November. So everybody have a happy Halloween, and that'll do it for October, folks. Thanks for.
I might scare some shit out of people on Halloween.
There you go.
I'm gonna pull a gun on a few.
Yeah, me
people.
too. I don't think I have to wear pants when I'm in Vegas.
Yes.
I think
I
pants
just
is
heard
optional. I've heard
two
that.
felonies.
As long as you're wearing the robe.
Fuck the robe.
Well, I don't want to fuck a robe. That seems kind of dry. But anyways. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, people.
We'll talk to you all
Peace
next
out,
week.
guys.
Have a happy Halloween. We'll see you.